It's been 8 months since we concluded the Nordic expedition, and our trucks are already on the water to their next destination. A destination that historically encapsulates the very essence of overland travel. A place that every overlander must experience at least once in their lifetime. Overlanding is classically defined as a long-distance journey often lasting months to years and crossing borders in search of cultures and distant places. We've assessed the globe and where we've been, and through that we've aligned our goals and set our sights on Southern Africa on this 2-month expedition and our 6th major endeavor to travel the world. The continent of Africa is like no other. Logistics are to be the hardest we have encountered to date. And there's no telling what will happen on this type of trip. It's new for all of us. I think it will test us beyond our capabilities, which hopefully will allow us to rise up to the challenge as we fall back on our past experiences traveling the world. This expedition has a new twist, as the whole Croft family will occupy seats in the convoy, an XOVERLAND first on the international scale. It's a dream to travel together.
It's gonna be super cool, so I'm super excited. It's insane.
But reality will still have its say in the months ahead. The trip ahead is nothing short of massive in scale, distance, and struggle. And we welcome you all to join us for the Africa Expedition. XOVERLAND's Africa Expedition is proudly presented by General Tire and the X3 Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And Season 6 is brought to you by the XOVERLAND Network, proudly supporting the best stories possible for the overland community. And by our official apparel provider, Vertex. Just 8 months ago, several of us returned from our Nordic expedition, an incredible journey that brought us back to our dreams of overland travel after the coronavirus shut the world down. The Nordic expedition revitalized our skills and revealed that we wanted to find a bigger challenge. It needed to be somewhere completely different, a place that can push us to new levels, and a place that's foreign and contains a sense of danger. Richard, what do you think about shipping trucks to Southern Africa?
That sounds pretty hard.
Exactly. It might have the challenge that we're looking for.
Well, that's true.
Southern Africa's dry season is only 8 months away, so we needed to ship trucks within 6 months' time. We selected 3 vehicles for our 9-member team, and they are our proven 3rd-generation Toyota Tundra, known as Orion, upfitted for camping, film production needs, and currently contains 80% of our camera gear. Our Tacoma, codenamed Raven, is built to be our galley truck and secondary production truck. It sleeps too. And our all-new Sequoia, codenamed Simba, which is tasked with hauling personal bags and towing the fuel trailer. It houses up to 4. This is the very first 3rd-generation Sequoia to ever be on a major expedition, and this trip will be a proving ground for the new platform and the all-new hybrid iForce Max engine. And I can't wait to tell you more about them when we finally get them out of port. But for now, bureaucracy has hobbled their release, and we must wait for the powers that be, whoever they are, to release the vehicles. We have arrived in the country of South Africa, and are 2 days past our planned departure to Botswana with our vehicles, because our vehicles are trapped in port. So we are here, utilizing our time at Matlanoka, a beautiful lodge 3 hours north of Johannesburg and 9 hours north of our vehicles in Durban, South Africa. Well, my name is Clay Croft, and I'm the one who cooked up this whole idea about shipping trucks to Africa and getting a team together and going and exploring one of the most amazing, most remote and wild places on Earth. I'm not sure if it's a good idea yet or a bad one, but only time will tell. The biggest role to play is with my wife, who has to wrangle the whole family, including me.
So my role on this expedition is a bit different because we're here with the kiddos, and one of my primary roles is being their mama, and that is a full-time job with 3 young men.
I'm Cyrus Croft, and I'll be doing sound, driving, editing, and ground crew for drone on this expedition.
My name is Ryder Croft. What I will be doing on this expedition is batteries, making sure they're all topped off and charged and knowing where they are, and ground control.
My name is Eli Croft, and I do cook, or dish boy, and then I kind of just help out, see if everybody needs help around camp.
I sent 5 requests to people for this expedition, all with special skills and a history with XOVERLAND. I wanted a super solid team to tackle the inevitable adventure of problems ahead. I leaned first on my longtime friend and seasoned XOVERLAND photographer and storyteller, Richard Giordano.
My name is Richard Giordano, and I am the lead photographer, cam op, and drone camera operator, and data management officer. I just made up that term there. For the Expedition Overland Africa series.
I extended the navigator position to his wife Ashley, who solidified her skill on the Nordic expedition while in Iceland.
I'm Ashley Giordano, and for this expedition, I am on logistics and navigation.
The camera operator invite went to Peter VanStralen Jr. He's proven himself over the last couple of years with XOVERLAND and will be running cameras with Richard.
I'm Peter VanStralen. On this expedition, I get to be a B-cam, so a secondary camera, which is awesome, and I also get to drive one of the trucks through Africa. Those are kind of my primary roles throughout this whole trip.
My friend Dr. John Solberg leads in the mechanical role and can support the team in the need of a medical emergency. We met several years back on the E7 Greenland expedition and have traveled since through Alaska. He's a great mentor to my boys, and I thought having him on the first part of the trip would help the boys and the whole team settle in well. He has an amazing way about him that puts you at ease.
My role here is to help ensure the safety and security of the vehicles and the expedition team members.
TIA, this is Africa. And I knew going into this trip that I'd have to probably embrace that mentality again. I've had some experience with it in past trips to Africa, but you get here and you go, oh yeah, my driven Westerner mentality does not jive necessarily here all the time. And that is exactly what's happening right now. So right now we are waiting for our trucks to be released. They're sitting in a container. They've been there for 2 weeks on the ground. And they still haven't had their VIN number inspected. They literally, customs brokers need to go over, unlock the container, inspect the VIN number, and release it. So meanwhile, because that hasn't happened, it hasn't got to the other side of the customs wall, essentially, and here we are sitting, waiting for somebody that we have no control over to inspect a VIN number on three vehicles and let us go. To help us navigate the local bureaucracy and ways of Africa is Christoff. He's a fellow overlander and lover of adventure travel. He runs a personal adventure channel called Get Out Go right here in South Africa.
I'm Christoff, and I'm the local fixer for this particular trip. I'm obviously South African, so just getting the guys help with some logistics and the route and all the good things. TIA, this is Africa. I think it originally started from a movie called Blood Diamond, but it's quite apt that Africa is just a little different. We do things a little differently, and it's got a different pace, so always just take that into account. If you're patient, the rewards are endless, but yeah, TIA.
Christoff and Ashley have been working for months on the schedule and are now being forced to relook at the schedule. We may get trucks within a few days, but yesterday was the day we anticipated to leave for Botswana with our trucks, so now everything is out of sorts. A major reschedule is necessary, but it's all a shot in the dark right now.
I feel like this is plan C now.
Yep.
Because the trucks have been delayed. So we've had to reschedule pretty much the first, I would say, 10 days of our time in Botswana. And now, because we're changing these things at the last minute, there are some places that aren't available.
Yep.
And it's also high season.
Yep.
And the camps are very popular for good reason. So a lot of people have reserved years in advance for these places. So now what we need to do is figure out some alternatives and see if they're available and make the next plan. So
in Botswana, most campsites require registration and time check-in, and wild camping is pretty rare, and frankly, not recommended, mostly due to the animal situation. You can feel all this tension right now at the beginning. We've been sitting around, I think we got here Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna be sitting around Monday, hopefully get the trucks Tuesday, gone Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I mean, I've never sat that long, but there's enough headroom in the trip that we'll look back on this, I think, and be like, yeah, I remember when we felt like we were just sitting around? That was crazy. Probably even look back on it with fondness because of how fast and how much travel we did after this.
It's been really hard to hurry up and wait. I know that it takes time to get trucks out of customs. It's not totally normal, but it doesn't really help the fact that I just see the days ticking down, all these production days that we have. 60 seems like a lot, but we've already spent 2 here at this camp waiting for the trucks, and that just eats into camera time and eats into episodes. So it's a little nerve-wracking, got a little anxiety built up around that. I just want the trucks. I just want to drive. I want to be on our own, and I want to go now. Is that asking too much? I mean, I'm patient and I'm calm and we're learning lots. That's what I mean. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi. How you feel?
Good. Yeah, feel pretty good. Ready for our trucks.
It's funny how that being in the trucks is so grounding.
Yeah.
Right now we just don't feel, we're like lost in this
I totally feel
space of time and hangout.
Yeah. It always works out better than what we think it should be. So over time, you just gotta trust the process.
Trust the process. And I'll take it one step further. Like every year before we go on one of these trips and while we're on it, I pray, Lord, go before us and prepare the way. Mm-hmm. And fully trust in that, you know?
Yep.
And
hasn't let us down yet.
It has. A lot of people will say, oh, it's XO luck or it's XO this or that. I have a different perspective on that, but it's, we might just, who knows what we're waiting for to have happen down the line.
I know.
If we hadn't sat here for 4 days, we would have missed something. We don't know what that is.
No.
And I believe it's good, not bad. Or whatever, perhaps we're avoiding something.
Yeah.
You just never know.
You just
got to be okay with it.
Yeah.
We are finding that we are unprepared for the historic chill in the air. It's one of South Africa's coldest winters in a decade. The fire is a staple in the African bush. It protects you from animals, provides light and warmth, and cooks your food very slowly. Cooking over a fire has not been a staple part of our trips in the years past, due to the time required to accomplish what we can do quickly on a gas stove. But I'd say we're pretty enticed by the nostalgic connection to adventures of old. The braai is the go-to method of cooking, and it's very similar to Dutch oven cooking of the West. Meat is the focus, but bread is also mastered over the fire. and learning to braai is certainly going to be important on this trip. Christoff, thankfully, is a braai master, and he is already starting to show us the ropes.
He's like, I don't want to go in the water.
Yeah, because I don't want an alligator to bite me.
How do you say have a nice meal in Afrikaans?
Smakelijke eten.
And Ashley, how do you say that? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Christoff. Anytime.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy it. Hope you don't get food.
How was it, Eli?
Amazing.
This bread looks so good.
Christoff really helps round out the evening by rekindling our Nordic tradition of having after 8 mints, only after 8 p.m. of course, and stored below 32 degrees freedom. Rachelle and Dr. John are officially sworn in through a very sophisticated ceremony.
I solemnly swear
To uphold the rules of the after eights.
to uphold the rules of the after eight.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Even though we don't have the trucks, that doesn't mean we stop the traveler in all of us.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good. Look at this fine automobile.
Today, the team at Matlanoka has asked us if we would like to partake in a game drive, and it's an obvious yes. We are here to see and do as much as possible on our limited time here in Africa.
I hope I get to see giraffes because I love them. I just think they're some of the coolest animals, and I don't understand how they live.
We were expecting better luck today, this afternoon.
Yep.
Why is that?
So it's the luck of the draw. It's anybody's guess.
There's a giraffe. Right in front. Right in front of us. Giraffe.
And there you go. So there's your giraffes. Luck has changed.
So cool.
How do giraffes sleep?
They sleep upright. So most of the time they'll sleep standing up,
Okay.
and only like 15 minutes at a time. They will sometimes sort of crouch down. It's rare to see that. So
This is our first official encounter with the true wild side of Africa. And even though we have seen only a few animals, it is stirring our excitement to see more. Now we really want the trucks.
Hi. Don't eat my phone. He's trying to eat it.
I'm bumping him now.
Coming to Africa is kind of just, it's another big adventure in my life. It's, I've had the privilege of being able to travel for the last 7 years of my life, so kind of I've, in a sense, grown up in it. So every time I get to go somewhere new, it just feels like I'm writing another chapter in my own life story.
So cool.
Oh, cool. Got a good view of that. Amazing view.
What do you think, Bean?
I'm speechless.
Wow. Hey, you know, being speechless in life is pretty rare. So when it happens, soak it up. I don't think we could have had a better couple days off waiting for vehicles than to go out and do something like this. It was a great suggestion. Again, locals will tell you what to do. And you got to be flexible with the timetables because you can't control what you can't control, right? So we made the best of it. Our time here is coming to an end, but tomorrow we'll actively get back to get the trucks ready, get them out of customs, get them ready, and be on our own way. But for now, we'll soak it up.
While out on the drive here, we have just gotten word that we may need to move back to Johannesburg to be ready to fly down to Durban and get the trucks. We originally had 2 semis scheduled to bring the trucks and their containers to Johannesburg. But the trucking schedule window has now passed, and now we need to fly to Durban to take delivery. To retrieve the trucks, we split into 2 groups. Richard, Dr. John, Christoff, and myself will fly to Durban, while the others hold up in a house near Joburg. If everything goes right today, we will be able to drive the trucks home tonight.
I'm really hoping this is your actual room.
Would have been funny. We got here off the airport, hung out at a restaurant for a while, got news that some things had happened, but it's not going to be till maybe tomorrow that they'll get cleared. And even then they said, but it might also be Friday. So that's a whole nother day away from now, which puts us into that terrible consequences window of all things falling apart at that point. Our hopes and dreams of leaving tonight obviously are gone. But what can you do? We are not in control. We're not in control of any of this stuff. So you're just along for the ride. The only thing that makes me feel better is that looking at all these cool 300 series Land Cruisers rolling around out there. That gives me warm and fuzzies. And then I get sad because we don't have them. But I can't change that. So the only thing I can change is my attitude towards it and say, at least they get them. That's pretty cool. At least the 300 series exists. Maybe someday when I grow up, I'll have a 300 series Land Cruiser.
The next morning, Christoff has pretty good news for me and the guys.
Good news, we've cleared customs, so that's quite a big step. You never know, all the paperwork was right, we've got the coronation time, but there's always that last bit where they could decline it for whatever reason, so that's now done.
Hello.
Hello.
Good news.
I've got pretty good news, not perfect news. So it's cleared customs. They're essentially able for us to go be picked up as soon as we wire them money. Now, we have to wire them money, but they haven't collected the bill yet.
Okay.
The bill could take as long as you can get the bill tomorrow. It's possible we'll get it today.
Okay.
But the bill may not be available till tomorrow, and then we have to wire the money.
Cool. TIA.
TIA. All right. Well, good luck.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too.
Love you. Bye. This right here, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about all of this.
John, who always maximizes the best in everything, decides to utilize the veranda. I have brought him a coffee.
I thought it was an African bee or something like that.
I brought you your coffee.
Man, I was dreaming. I thought like the Viet Cong were sneaking up on me or something like that. I was ready to K-bar you.
Oh, dude.
It's a good patch.
What is the current mode? What is the current mood of where we are in Africa?
You can't rid of that patch and
It's the vertex is too good. Distress symbol. Distress. If you're in distress, you put your flag upside down. It is now upside down. When we get the trucks, hopefully tomorrow at 8 a.m., we did get confirmation that they have the final invoice, which was horrendous, but we paid it so we can get our trucks out of truck jail. And now, in the morning, allegedly, we can go pick them up.
The following morning, we are greeted with the news we have been waiting for. the trucks are ready to be picked up.
You have them? Right on. Yes!
And after 6 more hours of bureaucratic hurdles, payments have been made and proper permissions have been granted for us to walk into the facility to drive out the rigs.
Oh, I see a truck. I see a truck. I see 3 trucks. Do I see a trailer? Okay. Mine starts. Mine fired up.
Moment of truth. Now we're in business.
This is very strange. Get it started.
All right, this is the wire, final wire. As soon as we roll past this gate, we are home free. See ya. It's always so exciting when you get your vehicles. And I don't think I don't know, I was gonna say, I don't know if I've ever been more excited right now. I don't know, I feel weird about it. Because it's like, it has just been so delayed that I'm just relieved by it. And it's been so long, I'm just kind of like, oh, let's just get on with it, you know? Okay, stay to the left, stay to the left, stay to the left.
We have a 6-hour drive to Johannesburg. A full tank of fuel is required so we can make the distance without a fuel stop tonight in the dark.
How does it feel to be driving the Tacoma on the opposite side, I guess? You got the left-hand side of the car.
Yep.
Left-hand side of the road.
It's a little strange, I'll admit. It's taking me a bit to get used to this, because I'm used to being over on that side, so it's a bit strange.
Because of the payment process taking forever this morning, we have been forced to leave way later in the day than we hoped, hours later in the day than anticipated. So we will drive the 6 hours to Joburg tonight to maintain the schedule.
Johannesburg's one of the more dangerous cities probably in the world to drive in, especially at night. During the day, it's, you know, you have your wits about you, but at night, this place has carjackings and all kinds of stuff going on. There's a lot of violence here. And we've been told by locals many, many times, just don't drive at night. So here we are driving at night, but there's nothing we can do. This is definitely mitigating all the risks. This is still the best move because it takes pressure off in other ways that may be more dangerous and down the road anyway. So we got to get back tonight, because we're going to get up early and have to leave to make the Botswana border and get into camp at a reasonable hour tomorrow. So already, just like, it's a marathon, and it's been kicked off.
We arrive at 9 p.m. and have at least 4 to 5 hours of truck prep to do. The vehicles had also left in a hurry back in the States, so we overpacked the vehicles knowing we could stage things with Christoff if needed. We're gonna have to pare a lot of stuff down with this many people. The decisions we make right here are critical. Whatever we leave with Christoff, we won't see until we return to Johannesburg in 2 months' time. Our water filtration systems need to be tested. The Red Arc system needs to be fully back online from shipping settings. Fridges need to be turned on, radios need to be refused, and all equipment needs to be gone through. We are so low on space that anything we can leave behind, we will.
It is amazing how much you forget in 2 months. Yeah. Here we go.
A last-minute call to leave our ground tent requires us to remove the drawer in the Sequoia to provide a second sleeping space inside the Sequoia. This is where Ryder and Cyrus will both sleep for the duration of the trip.
We have hit the stage where we're trying to fit politely 10 pounds of crap into a 5-pound bag. That's kind of where we're at. We'll get her done. We're gonna leave a lot of stuff behind. Had to be sacrificial in so many ways.
The water filter system was modified the morning the truck shipped and was not tested because we didn't want water in the system for 2 months. Our modification needs repaired. Without this water filter today, we will not have any water for the next couple of days. I'd like to leave here with a few days of water on board so we can get our bearings in the field in Botswana. We execute a full day of thoughtful work into 4 crazy late hours to be ready for an early departure to Botswana tomorrow.
So at a really late night last night getting trucks in, and we have a really early morning this morning. I was hoping to leave at 7:30. It's now 8 almost. That's our drop dead time to leave. We can't leave any later than that because we have a border crossing. Don't know how long that's going to take. Just lots of people, lots of trucks, lots of things. It's our first border crossing into Botswana. All going to go. So I'm getting a bit anxious. I'm trying to motivate everybody and gotta get bossy and get this party going.
It's working.
Yeah. We're in business.
It's great.
Sweet, that's the first win of the day. Let's pack it up. We out. Nice job, guys. We were jamming this morning, getting everything ready. I don't think I've packed faster the day of a trip ever before. We're running a little behind now. We were hoping to leave an hour ago, but at least we're only 1 hour behind. We can make it up. So Botswana, grocery store, fuel. Maybe we'll get into camp on time. We'll see. Engines up.
As mile 0 marks the beginning of our journey, it symbolizes the realization of a dream that has spanned a decade. And hopefully, it's the start of a story to be told for years to come.
Roll out.
Roll out.
Yeah, rock and roll. On the left. The left, the left, the left.
I have to constantly look left side of the road. It's gonna take me a minute. Try not to kill you all.
It feels good to finally hit the road.
On all South Africans' behalf, I'd like to welcome you to Pretoria.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm getting excited.
We are driving from Johannesburg to the Stockport border, which is the border between South Africa and Botswana. And after the border crossing, we head towards the Kama Rhino Sanctuary, where we will be camping for the night.
And this is the Limpopo River, the border with Botswana.
Oh, that's cool. Border of Botswana. It's this river. Wonder if you can see any Crofts down there. You boys are about to drive through your first one. Oh yeah, it's a little one.
All right, rolling up to the border. We're exiting South Africa, and we will be going into no man's land here. We got guards right up ahead. We're going dark.
Last guys also thought I was driver. Thought I actually was.
Oh, really? Definitely felt welcome to Botswana. Did you feel the same way, John?
I did, very friendly.
All right, well, but due to schedule, we must adios. So, you ready?
We are ready.
All right, here we go.
Everybody left with passports and vehicle books.
Check, check. And thus begins the dust.
We are now about 2 hours behind, so the grocery stop has been axed from the schedule. This way, we should arrive right at dark to our first campsite of the expedition.
Ashley was just telling me about the schedule for this upcoming week because I was a little bit melancholy that my trip is half over, but I'll tell you, this is an incredible schedule coming up if we could just keep to the schedule.
If we don't get there by 10 p.m., the gate will be closed, and we won't have a place to camp tonight.
Oh yeah.
I am very relieved right now.
All right, turn yeah.
It's kind of spooky rolling in here because there's like just rhinos out and about.
I'm just going to stop you at the entrance, then you can see how you want to park here first.
Sounds good. Here we are, campsite 13. What could go wrong?
Yeah, I think all of you guys can come in and stack right here, and then we'll get it sorted out here.
Alrighty, we just circle the wagons, eh?
After all of Christoff's warnings, getting into camp feels like you're pulling into a wild animal war zone. Even having your son outside to back up the truck feels risky.
So, if you're pulling in late into camp and your meat's still frozen, intercooler works like a charm. You just pop it there, close the hood, defrost your meat. You have to go to the bathroom, take somebody with. Okay. Yeah. If you want, yeah. There does leopard does pass through here, so just be aware. No incidents yet, touch wood. Let's keep it that way.
Not being able to hit the grocery store today will have its consequences. Crossing borders in Africa with meats and vegetables is a thing, trust me. So our meal tonight will have to be from some of our stored goods. Stored just in case something like this was to happen. It appears our age-old propane curse has followed us to Africa. It seems that this issue has become a staple of each XOVERLAND expedition. Once again, we discover that we don't have the right connectors for our propane tank, leaving us unable to cook our meal as planned. We will have to find parts to fix it before we go completely off-grid. Tomorrow's shopping run will be our next best solution.
At this rate, we'll eat next week. I was looking forward to more rice cookies and Oreos for dinner anyway. Yeah.
But for tonight, our fixer is a very simple solution. One I might adopt permanently.
That's going to be awesome. This I think is about as old as I am. Still works up. Yeah.
Have a gourmet dinner tonight.
Oh yeah?
This is Dr. John's favorite because I saw how much he loved it in the Alaska series. And so we wanted to replicate his first night
I appreciate that.
with a redo.
Nice. How come we don't have any food? I was promised steak.
Because we were supposed to shop today, but we ran out of time.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
take food into Botswana.
This will work.
Yeah.
This will work.
Or we have rice crackers and cookies.
This is going to be delicious.
Well, we rolled in tonight a little late, but all things considered, it's okay. We're still getting the rust knocked off all of the moving pieces that are required to do a trip like this. And we've had the trucks like 24 hours at this point, and we've already reorganized them, got them packed, and crossed the border. So, you know, we're doing all right, I guess, you know. It'll take some time. We'll get better tomorrow. We're kind of getting our butts kicked, frankly. But, for example, I didn't think that we would be running heaters in our trucks in Africa. I've got both of our Robastos running in the Alucabs. Totally, grossly underestimated the temperatures. But we're making do. We're figuring things out. We're doubling up on this. This has already just been an adventure of problem solving. And I sat here tonight writing in my journal and tracking where we are right now, and I'm like, you know what, this is the adventure that we were looking for. So go to bed tonight, get up tomorrow, do it again, and hopefully see some amazing stuff. I know we will. This place is just fantastic. So with that, I will retire. We'll see you in the morning.
So we're gonna see if we can find some rhinos today. Very exciting. It is starting to warm up. So we heard last night that it's a bit cold for them in the morning. So actually the afternoon's better, but we're here in the morning and we have to keep to our schedule and see all the things. So yeah, we're gonna go see if we can see some rhinos.
How was your first night camping in Africa?
Cold.
Cold.
Did not prepare for it. Needed a pillow and better sleeping warmth.
We woke up this morning and Eli, I was like, how'd you sleep? He was in there frozen. He just had this little aeronaut blanket on, like the thin one. And I was like, oh, you needed more blankets? I was using the extra really nice one as my pillow last night. Did you guys go by the zebras?
Going by them right now.
They're big. It's like a horse.
Those are my first zebras. They are so cute and awesome, and I'm loving it.
Wow. They look like horse.
Yeah, they do.
Is that a rhino way out there in the hill there? The prairie?
Those look like wildebeest.
It's a cow. It's a wildebeest.
Ah! It's a wild Canadian. In the bush. In its natural habitat.
No luck.
No rhinos. Sad.
It's a little funny how you get, you know? We're like, oh man, there's no rhinos here, but then there's like, oh, but you know, forget about the wildebeest right there and whatever that thing is. Never seen that in my life, but yeah, the rhinos aren't here. Oh man.
Yep, now you can imagine what we like.
We did see some cool zebra.
We did. That was cool.
It would be great to be able to sit and watch for rhinos to come out into the afternoon sun, but we have a campsite reserved for tonight many hours away. We must forego our time here to make the reservation.
All right. Christoff, you know the drill.
I do.
It's an uneasy feeling to say goodbye to your fixer.
Thank you. It's horrible handwriting on you.
It's a bit like leaving your parents' house for the first time you leave for college. You're ready for it, but a little anxious because you haven't proven it to yourself.
Gotta sign it. Get out, go.
Do that.
You've helped us to get out and go. Dude, thank you so much.
Cool.
We haven't had another fixer work so hard for us in our whole entire history of XO.
That's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Man, it was an honor.
Come back, right?
We'll come back. And we'll show our fans your world, hopefully.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your help.
Yep. Likewise. Good having you guys here.
That was fantastic. That was so much fun.
Get in there. Get hugs.
Oh, you just go right in.
Yeah, why not? Cheers. Cheers. I need the cameraman as well.
You can hug them while they're filming. Yeah.
Gotta go hug the camera.
Yeah.
All right. Pete, Christoff. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
Thank you
Ashley.
so much for everything. Oh my gosh.
You safe?
Thanks for all
Navigate
your
well?
wisdom and your knowledge.
John? Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Good luck.
Let's go. On delay. The pressure's on.
Get out, go.
Get out. Go. See ya.
Bye, Christoff.
See you, Christoff. Yeah. Man, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a fixer. Somebody who's in the area that knows what's going on, that can help you with the local troubles and dialogue and just the way of things. Christoff saved our bacon. So Christoff, thank you so much for everything you just did. You made our show happen as fast as possible. You made our trip happen as fast as possible. From the bottom of our hearts here at XO, thank you. All right, let's go.
We have had amazing support from locals until this point, but now we are setting off on our own journey, a journey to experience the toughness of Africa. With evening approaching, our road turns to dirt.
Shall we air down?
Yep, that sounds good.
Ready in Orion.
We're heading to our spot in Kubu Island, our camp, approximately 70-ish kilometers on dirt, and not sure what the conditions are going to be like. I've heard sandy, I've heard dusty, not sure the technical difficulty, so we shall see what lies ahead.
Sounds good. I'm excited. It feels
Really good to be on the dirt.
This is some of my favorite driving. I love it.
And I was really, really excited to see rhinos, but I'm also really, really excited to see elephants because I've never seen elephants either.
We're just excited for the epic drive, no matter what's on the other end.
That sunset.
That is phenomenal.
That's
You got the tree in the foreground, the red, there's like a little bit of precipitation or something coming down. It's pink and purple and like this hot white. That's incredible. I mean, that is everything that a sunset in Africa should be. I feel like a lion could just kind of come out of the trees at any minute.
We finally have everything we need. We are loaded up with fuel, food, and are topped off with the spirit of adventure. The intimidating dream of overlanding through Africa has become a reality. What will happen in the future, we do not know, but we will tackle it all together, as a team, as a tribe. There are some 10,000 kilometers of unknown road ahead of us, and already this experience is teaching us a lot. What's around the next corner though? Nobody knows. We just have to wander down them to find out. After all, this is Africa.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I could sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess, but what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line, thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low, I'm not myself. I feel so low, I'm not myself. I feel so low, I'm not myself.